how long should my newsletter be? Because I read somewhere that it should be 6,000 words. And then I read somewhere else that no one has an attention span. It should be one word. It can't be more than one word. And maybe a picture with a meme. And so I just want to give you the hard and fast rule here. We are going to go by what Stephen King's approach to writing is. If you haven't read his book on writing, absolutely pick it up. Half memoir, half tactical, but still really, really good. But he says that a story must be as long or short as necessary to convey the message. So there is no hard and fast rule when it comes to length. What is important about length is, what are you trying to say? And who are you saying it to? And finding that intersection between the two, because who you're writing to tells you as much as you need about what you need to, how to approach them. So let me give you an example here. There are some people who are checking their email during a meeting. Those people are likely skimming. Those people might have time, but they're not using it. So when they're reading your newsletter, you have to format it differently than you might my readers. My readers tend to be long form, they're book readers. They love long podcasts. They love to consume content in long form. And so I have more flexibility there. So I think number one, let's think about what your people want. And then let's think about what your strengths are. So this piece is really important, like your strengths as a writer and the vertical in which you exist, because there are expectations based on the vertical in which you exist for how long or short something should be. So if you are in a product medium, for example, let's say you sell shoes. MGemi has a great newsletter. It's MGEMI. And they are very focused on their artisanal handmade products. They don't use super long form. They have lots of more pictures and photo based because their consumer cares about shoe construction in so much that they can buy something, right? They want to know enough to be smart about it and feel like you have some sort of insider claim to like understanding shoes and being a bit of a shoe snob, but not so much that we're like going deep into how shoes are made. That said, if you did want to write a blog about how shoes are made, you would have a different customer, right? You would have something more in the FIT realm, in the people who are interested in these types of topics. So I don't want length to scare you. I think length should be embraced, but it needs to serve the message and the people and your strengths. So that's the intersection I want us to think about as I continue to chat with you, is that there's the things you are good at. So if you are someone who is good with quippy one-liners, or you have a visual aesthetic, lean into that. If you are a brilliant storyteller, lean into that. What you want is to edit the cruft out of your piece, because a lot of the reason why people don't stick with length is not because of length. It's because it's boring. It's because it's poorly written. It's because you didn't actually address what your reader cares about. You wrote maybe to your boss, to a former colleague, or you're defending yourself, because the posture that we are taught when we are taught to write is to be self-involved. It's to go, what do I have to say? What am I interested in? What can I do? It's very ego-driven, y'all. I do this too. I want people to know that I am smart. I want people to know that I wrote a really nice sentence. I want to be considered a good writer. That is the wrong approach to take with newsletters. That's fine if you want to bother your friends and family with it. They won't read it anyway. But I can tell you the posture you have to take when it comes to copy is other focused. What does someone else need to hear? How do they need to hear it? What is most likely to get them to pay attention? It's much more of like an engineering strategy. You want to reverse engineer how you approach your market. And so thinking not about how you sound, but what other people need to hear will answer your length question for you.